You're watching The Source on CNN Philippines as some jeepney drivers and operators deplore the high cost of modernizing their units to follow the order of the government. A local manufacturer is offering a more affordable alternative while keeping the iconic look of the Pinoy Jeeps. Let's go straight to the source of the story. We have Francisco Motors owner, Elmer Francisco. Elmer, it's good to have you on the show, on The Source. Thank you so much for your time.
Hi, Pinky. Thank you for having me at your show.
Okay, hindi naman, pagka sinabi namang Francisco Motors, a lot of people, I would say, would be familiar with Francisco Motors, but I want to zoom in and focus on, what are you offering? I spoke to a government official yesterday and was told that Francisco Motors is offering modern Jeeps for $975,000, and there's even a commitment that you will be able to produce, ano ba sabi niya, 1,000 ba? 1,000 units o 1 million in 1 year. Please tell us more about this.
Pinky, lugi kami ng 10,000 dun sa presyong binigay mo. 985.
Sorry, magkano ba? Magkano?
985,000 pesos.
985.
Yes, at least for the first 1,000 units.
Okay.
But we are stretching this to siguro it will be a little higher, the price for the next 4,000 units, because we are gearing to roll out 5,000 units. Why 5,000? Kasi why 5,000? Kasi yun lang yung budget ng DOTR for equity subsidy. So ang binigay doon ng Congress sa kanila is 1.2 billion lang para sa equity subsidy. It can only build 4,200 jeepneys kung equity subsidy na 280,000 per unit.
Sorry, can you repeat that? It can only build?
It can only cover 4,200 units
I
kung
see.
280,000 pesos yung equity subsidy.
Got it. Okay.
Yes.
But let's cut there kasi that becomes a little complicated. Babalikan ko yan. Very important yung sinabi mo. So, pag-usapan muna natin to. 1,000 units at 985,000 flat. Hindi ko dadagdagan, hindi ko babawasan. Baka ako pa malugi dito. Itong 985,000, ano ba ang itsura nito? Ano ba ang modern Jeep ng Francisco Motors na 985,000?
Okay. So, ang bagong Francisco Jeepney, first is full electric. So, we are not using yung minimum requirement ng government na Euro 4 diesel. Because for me, if you will replace old fossil fuel powered jeepney with new fossil fuel powered jeepney, you're not replacing anything. Pollution pa rin yun. So kung ang goal mo is to mitigate climate change or bawasan yung pollution, the only way to go is to go full electric. So yun yung isang feature. Then another one is, katulad na nasa video, we have a built-in ramp for PWDs, for wheelchair passengers, doon sa emergency exit natin and entrance sa likod. Pero ang main entrance natin nasa harap na, at the front right side, beside the driver. Doon na for safe embarkation.
Sa kanan?
Yes, sa harap.
Sa tabi ng driver, doon na pasok? Okay.
Yes,
so yung likod,
there's a
sorry, Elmer, yung likod para sa
PWD. So,
yan.
Mga wheelchair passengers.
Got it, okay.
Yes.
So go ahead.
It's fully air conditioned. Then we have CCTV cameras for security purposes and dash cam. We have automated fare collection system. Lahat ng required ng government sa Philippine standards. And nandyan lahat.
Hindi naman, baka mamaya pagpuntahan kayo, sabihin 985,000, pero yan ang entry level lang. Hindi, 985, kasama na lahat ng features, yung mga lahat na, all in.
All in, that's full featured.
Okay.
Then you can stand up inside already as required by the government. So kung up to 5'9" yung height, you can stand up straight inside. Kasi ina-allow yung standing passengers. So the capacity is 11 yung seated, so 22 seated passengers. Then it's 8 standing passengers, so 30 yung passenger capacity.
I see. Okay. When did have you rolled this out? Meron na bang bumili nito?
No, hinihintay namin yung equity subsidy eh. So we will as per our meeting with Secretary Jimmy Bautista and also yung LTFRB, si Chairman Guadis, pati si Chairman Ortega ng OTC, we will start rolling out by batch starting second quarter of 2024.
Okay.
So ang ginagawa natin ngayon, we have accepted letters of intent from our transport cooperatives and corporations. We have received an order of umabot na ng 37,500 units ang orders. Then we are accepting the first 1,000 right now.
Paano
So yun
yun?
yung
How do you choose the 1,000? The first 1,000 that actually
reserve.
reserved?
First come first serve. So yung unang mga nagpa-reserve kasi we're just requiring a reservation so we can allocate yung 280,000 na equity subsidy from DOTR. So wala kasing basis na allocation kung walang reservations. So we are accepting yung clear o firm na purchase orders ng mga transport cooperatives natin pati ng
And
mga corporation.
okay, because that subsidy is in the 2024 budget, no? What you were mentioning a while ago. I'm not sure if it was 1.2 or 1.8, but nonetheless, the subsidy is 200.
1.2 is specifically for equity subsidy. So siguro yung 1.6 or 1.8, meron kasamang ibang expenses ng DOTR doon. But
Okay.
for equity subsidy, 0.2 billion.
Yeah, which really is, there's a subsidy na 280,000 per jeep. Ibig sabihin, 280, tanggalin mo yung minus mo dun sa 985. Magkano yan? Mga 705. Tama ba?
Yes,
Okay, 705,000. Anong ibig sabihin nito, Elmer? Yung 705,000, yun na yung babayaran nung
Yes, yun na yung
bibili ng
yung
jeep.
balance. Yes, balance of which we have studied the market. We have been in the industry for so long. We have studied kung ano yung kaya at hindi kayang bayaran ng mga operators natin from their income. So, ang projections natin dito ng Francisco Motors is baka hindi na nila kailangan umutang sa bangko kung ganun kababa na yung halaga. Of which we also welcome yung mga gusto pa rin umutang sa Land Bank at DBP and other private financing institutions. We still welcome them. But for us, this is our help to our jeepney operators, mga kababayan natin na naghahanap buhay para abot kaya yung hindi sila lulubog sa utang.
But how will
Yun
they
naman
pay?
yung
Sorry to interrupt you. I understand what you're saying. Pwede silang umutang sa DBP or sa Land Bank, hindi ba? Actually, that's a little bit questionable to me because back in 2017 or 2018, when the PUV modernization was introduced, there was an interest rate, I believe, of 5% or 6% per annum. Ibig sabihin, yung jeep nun, supposed to be na 1.4 o 1.5 o 1.6, aabot ng 2 million kasi kailangan nilang bayaran yung interest, I believe, in 6 years. But anyway, that was way back, no? How will they pay the 705,000? Sabi mo, you did the math on this. How does this work?
Yes, actually may ginawang Francisco Motors na superhero program. That's what we call it. We have such thing that is called Andy Rides program inside the superhero. Andy Rides is we have been discussing this with DOTR as well and LTFRB. Di ba sa ibang bansa kapag sumakay ka ng train, meron yung like card na bibilin mo na you can hop on hop off unlimitedly. So for 1 day or for 1 week or 1 month. So we are studying if we can implement that sa jeepney. So with that program, ang mangyayari niyan is hindi na yung kada sakay ng pasahero ay magbabayad siya. Because parang cellphone, merong unli text or unli calls or unli data. So why can't we implement it here? In that case, ang mga drivers, hindi na sila makikipagpunahan sa pasahero. Di ba? So because they will already know how much they will earn. Yung operators and the drivers. The drivers kasi will be earning salaries already, but the operators will already know what they will be earning in a month. So mas ma-manage natin yung fleet. Actually, we are conducting several Zoom meetings together with our transport operators regarding this. We are teaching them on how to do it. With this, tataas yung income nila ng around 80% when they use this program.
Itong unli na sinasabi mo.
Yeah, so
but nonetheless, no, Elmer, they still have to pay the 705,000 because if 280,000 is subsidized by government, merong balance na 705,000. So kung di sila utang, saan nila kukunin yung pera?
pwede nila yung hulugan diretso sa amin.
I
Because
see, sa
what
inyo.
we... Yes, oo.
How
Kasi
how
ang
how
sa
how
amin,
much and for how
we
long? And
don't...
is this interest free?
Yes, we don't put we don't put interest, and ang bilis nila mababayaran 'yan. So sa ano namin, sa financials na ginagawa namin, they'll be able to pay it in 3 years or less.
Magkano
So
buwan-buwan?
ganun ka, it would be as low as 10,000 pesos. O 10 to 15, depende sa ruta yan.
Hold on,
It really depends on...
let's say it's 10,000. That's 120,000 per year, hindi ba? And then times 3, that's 360,000 for 3 years. Ang layo ng 360,000 dun sa 705,000 if you're saying that at 10,000 they can pay this in 3 years. Could you clarify this, please?
Yes, it would really depend on the route. Kasi meron mga ruta na mga may iksi, may mga ruta na mahaba. Yung mga ruta na mahaba, mas mas malaki talaga kumita yan, and mas maraming pasahero. So we're flexible on the payment
Terms.
schemes.
So
Yeah, on the
talagang
terms.
pwedeng bilhin sa inyo,
It could be longer. It could be longer, it could be shorter, depende kung ano yung kayang bayaran nung kinikita nila. Pauwi pa silang kita.
flexible kayo. Pero yung pagiging flexible nyo, hanggang gaano, ilang taon for the payment to be made in full na interest-free? Because you're telling me this is interest-free. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Ano yung timeline na nakita niyo, yung pinakamahabang number of years na pwedeng bayaran? Napapayagan niyo po yung operator na hulugan yung jeep?
Yes, for as long as it takes actually. So siguro ang tinitignan namin, ang lifespan kasi ng Francisco Jeepney goes beyond 15 years.
Okay.
So maybe it's safe to say na
15.
Bayad na nila yan
Sa 15.
10 to 15 years.
Apo. Okay. Is this already approved by the DOTR?
Yes, of course, in units natin. Of course, matagal na. Actually, we launched yung prototype ng Francisco Jeepney back in 2018 together with DOTR and LTFRB. Then etong mas bagong model natin, approved din yan nung time pa ng previous administration. In-inspect yan ng DOTR, LTFRB, and ibang natin, government agencies na nag-approve. Then now, we have the latest technology for our electric drivetrains, of which we are also in the process of getting another certificate of compliance for this.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Sorry, dami ko pang tanong, Elmer. Yung you know the iconic Jeep, of course, di ba? Hari ng kalsada. Yung yung artistic creation, kumbaga, magagawa pa ba yan dito sa modernized Jeep ng Francisco?
Yes, of course. If you can see the video dito ngayon, we made it white because it's a blank canvas. So, ang mga operators, they can choose kung anong gusto nilang design. Kung gusto nila ng Bayon volcano, gusto nila ng uprise terraces, whichever design na gusto nila, pwedeng ilagay dyan. Then, we also have an option for advertising spaces like sticker wraps for mga corporate advertisers. Kasi additional income
Yeah, sa
para sa
kanila,
mga
no?
natin. Operators, yeah.
All right. So, just very quickly, I have one last question. I wanted to clarify. Ang gagawin yung sasakyan na modern Jeep is dependent on the subsidy that is allotted. Tama ba? I mean, you're not even planning to do more because it has to be equivalent to the number of Jeeps that will be subsidized as per the 2024 budget.
No, actually it's just for the start. Based in sa meeting namin ng DOTR. But ang plan kasi ng Francisco Motors, Pinky, we have a 10-year plan. So I already mentioned time and again, 77 years na kami ng jeepney. So we have a 10-year plan.
Okay.
Because I told even Secretary Bautista that we cannot replace all 250,000 jeepneys in 3 years or in a year. We cannot do that. So
There's a 10-year plan.
Ang full capacity ng Francisco Motors sa Camarines Norte na bagong ginagawa namin na na plant sa loob ng economic zone can build 25,000 jeepneys per year.
Elmer.
So it take us 10.
Pasensya na ha. I'm over time. Pasensya na. I wish to speak to you again. Thank you, Francisco Motors owner Elmer Francisco. Thank you so much for your time. And thank you for joining us here on The Source. I'm Pinky Webb. You're watching CNN Philippines.